What if the biggest obstacle to better health isn't that we don't know what to do? It's that we've forgotten how healing actually works. We live in a world that promises overnight weight loss, 3-day detoxes, miracle supplements, and instant transformations. But our bodies don't heal at the speed of social media. Today, we're going to talk about why we've become so desperate for quick fixes and why the slow path may actually be the fastest way to lasting wellness. Welcome back to Sage Advice, where I help you understand your body and simplify wellness without the overwhelm. If you've ever struggled with a health issue and found yourself thinking, there has to be something that fixes this, you're not alone. Most of us have been conditioned to believe that every problem has a product, a pill, a supplement, a cleanse, a diet, or a new gadget. But healing isn't a vending machine where you put in the right combination and instantly get your health back. Our bodies were designed for repair. They just weren't designed to do it overnight. So let's talk about why we've become so impatient with the healing process and how learning to slow down may be one of the healthiest things we can do. Burnout has become normal. Many people don't even realize they're burned out. We're exhausted, but we call it busy. See if any of this sounds familiar. You skip meals, answer emails while eating dinner, stay up too late, or wake up already behind. We've all been there. Then we're surprised when our bodies start waving the white flag. Burnout doesn't happen in one dramatic moment. It happens through thousands of tiny withdrawals from our physical, emotional, and mental reserves. Eventually, the body says, I can't keep doing this. The problem is, we usually respond by asking, what supplement will give me more energy? Instead of asking, what is draining all my energy? That's a very different question. Enter the convenience culture because we've been trained to expect instant results. Think about how quickly almost everything happens today. Groceries arrive the same day, movies stream instantly, packages show up tomorrow. We can order dinner with one click. We have become incredibly uncomfortable with waiting, and that mindset sneaks into wellness. If we don't feel dramatically better after a week, we assume nothing is working. But healing isn't Amazon Prime. A body that has been under stress for years often needs time to rebuild, and that's okay. So, how did we get here? Well, social media makes healing look easy. Social media can be wonderfully educational, but it also creates unrealistic expectations. Every day we see headlines like, This herb changed my life. I healed everything in 30 days. Or, One supplement your doctor doesn't want you to know about. These stories are appealing because they promise certainty. But real healing is rarely that dramatic. It's usually dozens of small decisions repeated consistently. No one makes a viral video about getting enough sleep every night, or drinking more water, or walking after dinner, because admit it, would you click on those headings? The problem is those ordinary habits are often the ones that have extraordinary results. But desperation makes us vulnerable. When you feel terrible, you're willing to try almost anything, and I get that. Pain changes how we think. Fear makes us vulnerable to big promises. That's why these so called miracle cures are so successful. They don't sell science, they sell hope. And hope is important, but hope needs wisdom beside it. The right question isn't, does this sound amazing? The right question is, does this make sense? Remember that old adage, if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. Because the truth is, genuine healing happens in rhythms. Nature teaches us something we've forgotten, that nothing in nature grows overnight. Trees don't rush, seeds don't panic, the seasons don't compete with one another. Everything has a rhythm, and God designed our bodies the exact same way. Cells repair, hormones fluctuate, the nervous system recalibrates, the immune system learns. Healing isn't one instant event. It's thousands of tiny repairs happening day after day, slowly but consistently. When we constantly interrupt those rhythms with stress, poor sleep, overwork, and unrealistic expectations, healing becomes much harder. Patience is part of the treatment. Patience isn't passive, it's active trust. Choosing nourishing meals today because you believe they'll matter 6 months from now. Or going to bed on time tonight because you're investing in tomorrow. Drinking your herbal tea, even though you know it isn't magic. Sometimes the healthiest thing we can do is stop asking, is this working yet? And instead observe, what kind of person am I becoming by practicing these habits? Did you have just a little more spring in your step this morning? Does a bowl of beautiful fresh berries suddenly look better to you than the frosting-laden cinnamon roll? Are you suddenly able to handle that annoying coworker without losing your cool? That's what true, lasting health looks like. Rebuilding trust in your body. One of the saddest things I hear is, my body is broken or hurting or not cooperating. Let me share a little secret with you. Most of the time, it isn't broken. It's communicating. Allow me to translate. Fatigue says, I need rest, not a stimulant. Heartburn says, something isn't working, not, I need an acid. Anxiety says, my nervous system doesn't feel safe, not, just dope me up so I don't feel this way. Pain says, please pay attention, not, take a drug to make it stop. Your body isn't trying to betray you, it's trying to protect you because that's how God designed it. When we stop fighting those messages and begin listening to them, healing often becomes much easier. And simple is often sustainable. The most successful wellness routines I've seen over the years aren't complicated. They're surprisingly ordinary. Going for a walk after dinner, not long necessarily, just 5 to 10 minutes outside. Making herbal tea. Try substituting something delicious for one coffee drink a day, maybe a bright peppermint or a warm chai spice tea. Getting sunlight in the morning. Instead of gulping your coffee while watching the morning news or looking at your phone, try sitting outside in the morning, listening to the birds while you drink your coffee, slowly. Cooking dinner at home, so you don't have to wonder why you feel so uncomfortable 30 minutes after leaving the restaurant. Going to bed earlier. Try reading a real book on paper instead of your tablet or phone and see how fast you fall asleep. Make sure there's lavender essential oil in the diffuser on the nightstand. Laughing with friends. I personally don't think we laugh enough these days. Besides doing us good as a medicine, like the Bible says, we are so busy worrying about offending or being serious that we forget the joys and happiness that are still there. We just stopped looking for them and taking time to enjoy them. Managing stress before it becomes overwhelming. Listen to your body and learn the signs and the messages. Take action early. Those habits don't sell well because they aren't exciting, earth-shattering, or done in 30 seconds, but they work. And unlike other expensive 30-day programs, they can become a way of life. Healing isn't slow because your body is failing. It's slow because your body is building something that lasts. Quick fixes often chase symptoms. True wellness builds resilience. So, the next time you're tempted by the latest miracle cure, pause and ask yourself, is this offering a shortcut or is it helping me build lasting health? Your body has been working for you every second of every day since the day you were born. Maybe it's time to trust that God knew what he was doing when he created it. Give it the support it needs. Give it the time it deserves. And let healing unfold the way nature intended. Next week, we're going to shift gears a little. We've spent weeks talking about why modern medicine and wellness has become so complicated, so rushed, and so exhausting. But here's the better question. What if staying healthy wasn't about chasing the next miracle supplement or scrambling every fall when cold season arrives? What if the real secret is simply preparing your body before it ever needs to defend itself? We'll talk about building resilience naturally, why immunity starts long before the first sniffle, and the simple daily habits that make the biggest difference. Because around here, we don't wait for illness, we build health. I'll see you next week on Sage Advice. And until then, let's get better.